Okay, everybody. This is the welcome screen or the splash screen or the start screen, whatever you want to call it. If you notice that we have home is highlighted here, okay, and that means that, well, we're at the home screen. So this is the first screen that you see when you launch the software. On basically here you have a set of left menu here, okay, down below there's some more. And then up across, you have the search feature and you have this little gift box, which we'll talk. And then you've got this area here, which kind of gives tips and tricks. This is the learn area. So this is sort of like the education area. And if you don't like that, you can just go ahead and click on this hide suggestions icon and it'll disappear. But let's bring it back. And this is basically the links to the projects that we have worked on recently. So these are the recent projects. All right, we'll go into that. Let's go over things one at a time. First of all, on the top, let's go to the search. And remember this project right here, EP28, okay? Or untitled. Let's go ahead and click on search. Okay, and as you can see, there's a search bar there. And if I typed in EP28, it'll take me right there. Now, of course, I have it in the home screen, so there's really no need for me to search for it. But let's say if I wanted to type in learn, okay? There it is right there. It'll give me a whole slew of things. How about if I type in the word transition, okay? It'll give me video tutorials about transitions, or at least some information about transitions. Pretty useful things. And as you can see, there's about 92 results of transitions that we can see all. You can go ahead and click on that and see what it looks like. But we're going to go ahead to exit the search. Now this little icon over here looks like a gift. Explore what's new and tips for using Premiere Pro. Let's go ahead and click on that. And basically, these are things that are brand new. And you can see that there are some videos about this and very informative stuff. It seems like a lot of the Adobe software is going AI, in other words, artificial intelligence. So a lot of things are being done for you, which is very exciting, needless to say. Caption translation is also enormously exciting because you can actually produce captions for a speech or any kind of audio that involves a voice, people speaking. You can not only have captions, but as you can see, it can translate for you to different languages. Is that cool or what? I love that. So here you see English, and then you've got a little Spanish, and you've got a little German. Beyond exciting. So all these are special tutorials that are available here at Adobe Premiere. All right, let's go ahead and X out of this. Okay, and now here is Learn, which also is another area of value where you can learn different skills and different, basically different features of Premiere which they provide. So you can go ahead and click on any of that. Beautifully done, wonderfully done, very much appreciated. All right, so obviously, as you can see, when I click on the home button, okay, it takes me back to the home, this area. This is the original screen where we visited. Now let's go ahead and click on New Project, which is pretty self-explanatory. That's what new project, whenever you have a new project, a brand new project, this is what you create. So I'm going to go ahead and click on New Project, and as you can see, it takes me to this New Project dialog box. Now, the first thing you want to do is name your project. And I highly recommend you name exactly what you're doing. So in this case, we're basically teaching. So I'm just going to go ahead and put down teaching, okay, underscore 01. There we go. The second area is a location. Now, by default, it goes to this location. So if you're using a Mac, you probably are familiar with this pathway. Okay, so it goes to from the user folder to the GimH folder, the desktop folder, to the needs editing and all that. Well, I don't want it to go here. I want it to go to where I want it to go. So I'm going to click on this drop-down menu, and I've got other options, but I'm going to choose my own location. So I'm going to click Choose Location, and my Finder, or if you're using Windows, it would be the Windows Explorer. So I have this area right here, which I want to use, this little folder that I created. And then I'm going to go ahead and save it as the exact name that I named it. Below here, you see it says File Format, and the file format is PRG P-R-O-J. Premiere Project. Okay, Adobe Premiere Project. Simple, very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and press select, and there you see that the location is updated. So now template, we're not going to worry about that. You can click on the drop down menu. You can see different types of templates. That means pre-made layouts of the video that you want to produce. You can add a template. You can find that all online, but we're going to basically we're going to keep it at none. Okay. Now the skip import button, I'll demonstrate shortly, but basically if you want to skip the import page, which I'll show you, but I don't want to do that because I want to show you the import page. This right here is a little socket, little gear kind of icon, which talks about project settings. Now, when you first purchase Premiere, you will get a default amount of settings from, say, the type of renderer. Here's a general settings. You can decide the rendering, which basically produces the video. It exports the video to whichever format, whether it's an MP4 or a movie file, and then display format, time code. So all the stuff. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to explain it right now because you'd have to know Premiere pretty well. So this kind of project settings are for professionals, real professionals who've been using Premiere. Like, they know it from the back to the back of their hands. They know it very well. And things like scratch disk, which a scratch disk is basically the amount of usable space inside of your computer. So in other words, let's say a gigabyte, okay? But a scratch disk doesn't necessarily mean it's 1 gigabyte. It could just mean, well, you know, maybe 50% of a gig, like maybe 500 megabytes is all you get to work with. So think about like a large airport, like Los Angeles International Airport. You got a large area, but the plane will only land at a portion of that airport. It doesn't need the entire airport. So that's what a scratch disk is. You're only allowed a certain amount, and that's because you want to reserve space for other applications on the computer, other file formats. But anyways, we're going to leave it alone. And so same thing with ingest settings, we're going to leave it alone. And so we're just going to head and press OK. Just leave it alone. And then let's go ahead and press create. Alrighty, here we go. All right, now you see this is the import, okay? Not the home screen. This is the import. If you look on top here, we got the import, edit, and export. Right now, let's go back to this little icon, the home icon, okay? We'll talk about import a second ago, but if we click on the home icon, well, we're back on the home screen. If you notice, right here, Teaching 01 is now a recent project that's going to be listed here. Pretty interesting, huh? So, but before we go into you know, anything else right here on the welcome screen, let's go and click on new project, and this time we're going to call it teaching _02 and keep it within the same location. This time we're going to press skip import. So I'd like to demonstrate this to you. We're going to go ahead and create, and you'll notice that it goes right into the editing. Before it started at import, but it went right to editing. See that? So maybe you want to do that. It's up to you. So we are going to click on home. All right, there it is right there. Yeah, you'll be able to see it. Okay, and if you notice right now in the main, we got teaching 2 included because we just created that. Okay, so down below right here, you see it says new team project, and that will be discussed in another video. It's a lot to discuss here, and I want to keep all my videos short and sweet, so new team project will be discussed in another video, but so stay tuned for that one. All right, and then obviously that's pretty much it. This is the start screen, so hopefully you enjoyed it. All right,